రాజిస్తూ ఉన్నది జనసేన జెండా గండర 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 గండ గండిస్తూ ఉన్నది జనసేన జెండా గండర గండర గండ
எல்லாருக்கும் வணக்கம். Good afternoon to you all. I'd like to introduce myself. Maybe most of you might know me, but still I will prefer to introduce myself. My name is Pawan Kalyan. I found, apart from being an actor, I quit films and established a political party in 2014. The party name is JanaSena. எனக்கு 20 வருஷம் தாண்டி போயிடுச்சு. மெட்ராஸ் விட்டுட்டு சென்னை விட்டுட்டு எனக்கு தமிழ் பேசுறது பழக்கம் போயிடுச்சு. ஏதாவது தப்பில்லை எல்லாரும் மன்னிக்கணும். The purpose of this meeting, the meeting would have purpose in it's not to say anything, it's about to share myself. ஒரு பார்ட்டி ஒரு கட்சி ஆரம்பிச்சிட்ட அப்புறம் நான் யுஎஸ் போயிட்டு பிரிட்டன் யூரோப் கல்ஃப் போயிட்டு நம்ம பக்கத்தில் இருக்கிறது ஸ்டேட்ஸ் நம்ம நேபரிங் ஸ்டேட்ஸ் தமிழ் கர்நாடகா Maharashtra, Orissa, South Indian states the contemporary political situation, in contemporary political landscape, I think it is my responsibility to introduce myself, what I am, and what we are doing. The Kachi ஆரம்பிக்கிறதுக்கு முக்கிய காரணம் the way the national parties, let it be Bharatiya Janata Party or Congress, didn't give a damn about the responsible bifurcation of Andhra Pradesh, combined Andhra Pradesh. I grew up in Chennai, been pulled out because the film industry has been shifted to Hyderabad. First time I felt, after a long time, though we speak the same language, maybe different dialects, and some other situations there, for a long time, for more than 10 வருஷத்து மேல தெலுங்கானால ஆந்திராக்கார ஒரு செகண்ட் கிரேட் சிட்டிசன்ஸ் மாதிரி அங்க தெலுங்கானா லீடர்ஸ் ஹியூமிலேட் பண்ணிருக்காங்க, ட்ரீட் பண்ணிருக்காங்க. எனக்கு ஒரே ஒரு யோசனை இருந்தது அந்த டைம்ல. When I was in Chennai, நான் எப்பவுமே அந்த மாதிரி ஃபீல் பண்ணல. பட் ஒரே லாங்குவேஜ் பட் டயலெக்ட் டிஃப்ரெண்ட். இந்த அளவுக்கு போகுமா பாலிடிக்ஸ்? And sets were burnt out, film sets were burnt out. A lot of issues happened there. But when I look back, what could be the reason for all this? Is about the political leadership and their mismanagement, their faulty policy making. It caused great inconvenience, humiliation to the people of Andhra Pradesh and to the people of India in general. So none of our political classes, none of our political leaders could not address what people were suffering. என்ன மக்கள் என்ன சஃபர் ஆகுறாங்களோ, என்ன ஃபேஸ் பண்றாங்களோ யாருமே represent பண்றதில்லை. The Congress, the National Party Congress and BJP. It was BJP which initiated the bifurcation process. The statehood could have given in a more responsible manner, but not in a haphazard manner like this. The reason why I had thought, what made me was, I said, in this entire process, மக்களுக்கு எங்கேயுமே சே இல்லை. இதில் எங்கே அவருக்கு ஒரு ரெஸ்பான்ஸ், அவருக்கு ஒரு பேச்சுக்கு ஒரு சே இல்லை. இது ஒன்லி பொலிட்டிக்கல் கிளாஸ் பண்ண தப்புக்கு, political leadership பண்ண mismanagement. And entire development has gone. We are far away from the development of Andhra Pradesh. Because of that reason, in 2009, in 2003 I had decided to come into politics. But 2007 and 8, I formed an NGO called Common Man Protection Force, which will initiate the political accountability. And that was the reason for it. And after that, when Mr. Chiranjeevi has started PRP, I left it and joined in PRP. I worked for PRP. We got around 18 seats with a vote share of 18 to 19% in combined state. When now it comes to Andhra Pradesh, it was around 23-24%. When the state was divided, on purpose I didn't contest. Because at this juncture, state needs a lot of support instead of splitting it, instead of fighting amongst ourselves. It is better if I support without contesting. Then we had a vote share of 23%. I didn't contest and I supported. Because of us, JanaSena Party and TDP could form the government, and Mr. CBN could become Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh. With the great expectations, with a great hope, we rallied behind BJP. We supported Mr. Chandrababu Naidu. But the reality now is they're deeply buried in corruption. TDP governance is deeply buried in corruption. Whichever constituency, there are 175 constituencies. Whichever constituency, you'll see a minimum 1,000 crore worth of corruption everywhere. Let it be a sand mafia, let it be basic irrigation projects, whatever, you could name it. There's a widespread corruption there. At the same time, BJP, which went back on their word for special category status, it caused us a lot of pain, a lot of inconvenience, a lot of pain which we had gone through. So my purpose of coming here is, as a political party, we keep approaching, we go to US, we go to United States, we go to England, we go to UK, we go to other parts of United Kingdom, we go to other parts of Europe, but we never get to know our neighboring states. So my purpose of this press meet or meeting is to introduce myself, to make sure that we understand each other. Before addressing our political leaders, before meeting the Tamil Nadu political leaders or other South Indian political leaders, this is from JanaSena Party, this is our first exercise to introduce to the people of Tamil Nadu, to introduce ourselves to the people of Tamil Nadu, that what we are, who we are. And I felt there is a need. In 2019, the future is going to be a coalition politics. A lot of regional players going to play a very pivotal role, quite a prominent role. So at this juncture, I felt it is need of our to know your neighboring states and neighboring political landscape as an actor. We get to know our counterparts in other parts of state, other parts of India, but hardly we get to know other parts of leaders from political landscape. So I would like to introduce, that's the reason why I came here. And we felt, and thought, in 2012 when I was traveling, in 2016, when around still Miss Talachipulai, Sri Jayalalitha was alive, when I was shooting in Polachi, I could feel the anger of youth, angst of youth in Tamil Nadu. Somehow they detest BJP, they detest Bharatiya Janata Party. They are quite angry with Bharatiya Janata Party, saying that they come and meddle into our politics, into our political system. They are angry with the note ban. They are angry with the way they and the then Chief Minister Srimati Jayalalitha was treated. And all this made them extremely angry. Then I thought, one day it might become a great movement. So they were saying, in social networking, we're going to create a lot of movement. But then I never realized that one day it would become a Jallikattu movement. We don't see Jallikattu movement as a small movement. We see it as the anger of youth, pain of youth, who are representing for a transformation in politics. They need self-respect, that's what they said. So in the What context I came here was to make sure to convey myself how Bharatiya Janata Party or TDP are doing convenient politics, or Congress to the matter. Somewhere there is a need for all the South Indians, because as they become more smaller players, as we become more regional players, we tend to lose our power. The issue is here, Uttar Pradesh and Bihar, they are the ones who are going to decide the Indian political system. They are the ones who are going to decide what our future is going to be. And somewhere this has to be stopped. Somewhere we have to have a major say. Being a small players, we are losing ground, we are losing a say. So what we felt from JanaSena Party is we would like to approach each and every small players, pan-India, which we would like to start from the southern part first. We want to approach, we want to say that unless all the regional players, small players come together, unless we come collective in 2019, so let us have an understanding first, let us know each other. The first exercise what we want to do is, we want to come here, interests can be safeguarded. And this is what made me to come here. And the bifurcation really caused a lot of pain in Andhra Pradesh. And this is what exactly I had conveyed to Honorable Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi ji. That bifurcation has caused a lot of inconvenience. We are requesting to bring back certain accountability. Whatever they promised, they should be given to us. If it is not, at least they owe us an explanation why they are not able to give it. And these are the reasons each and every player is using it for the complete convenience, each political player. And JanaSena is different. We want to make sure we want to bring back political accountability to all the political players we support it. And I'd like to request you all to look at the cause, to look at the issues of North Indian dominance, especially Bihar. When I'm talking about North Indian dominance, I don't mean between people. It is about the North Indian political class. We are upset. We are purely angry. So unless we create a very strong southern political movement, it would be very difficult in the times to come, in the years to come, to face the North Indian leadership. And also demand from JSPs to make sure to have one more capital in the southern part of India, as Baba Saheb Ambedkar envisioned. And he wanted one larger state like UP or some other Bihar, especially UP. If they keep as one, they're going to dominate the entire India in future. And what he had envisioned, it came true. And they didn't give us a great opportunity even to correct ourselves, even to give us a right, whatever we deserve. In a haphazard manner, the state had been divided. And today, the sad part is our own players, our own state political leaders, like Mr. Sri CBN, Sri Chandrababu Naidu Garu. And conveniently, they have forgotten what Congress had done, what BJP had done. And as per their convenience, according to the convenience, they keep shifting the stand. And it is causing a lot of distress and a lot of distress amongst the current generation. So JSP is going to fight against this. And we demand the central government from the city of Chennai not to overlook the interests of South, to make sure that South is understood through people, not by the elected representatives. The problem with bifurcation was also Congress party, by understanding the representative, they thought they had understood the Andhra Pradesh, which they haven't, because the elected representatives truly don't represent the people. So we wanted the national leaders to understand the pain and the agony of South, Andhra Pradesh or Tamil Nadu, the rest of the states. My fear is, if we ignore this, it is like a problem is like this, such an elephant is in the room, we are trying to ignore it, as if it is not existing. This is very much existing. My pain today is, if a simple dialect difference and little sharing of revenue, sharing of irrigation projects could cause a unified state into two states. Tomorrow it can replicate anywhere. Even it can replicate in Tamil Nadu, it can replicate in Karnataka. Or one day it could, after 20 years from now, people might ask for a different country altogether. Though what I'm saying today, it might be excessive, but deep down, let us not forget the roots. There is ample examples are there, ample opportunity, like situations there where we could get into such kind of situations. So to avoid all that, I think I want the central government to look at us, to look at the southern part of India, to make sure to notice our issues, not to ignore it just because our number of parliamentarians, number of seats are small in number compared to Uttar Pradesh. All these things, somewhere deep down, we are initiating a South Indian, a collective movement for the benefit of, for our rights of South India, to the central, to the North Indian leadership, especially, not to the people. People are always fine. It is only the North Indian political class. I personally feel you should understand more about South India, and that's what I'd like to initiate. And this is what I'd like to say. So then I'd like to go for questions. Thank you very much. What's that? No, I'm fine. Sir? No, first my purpose would be, I would like to be visiting all the states first, as a part of a political campaign, and to convey our party ideals and everything. And first we came to Chennai, later we'll go to other parts of the state, different parts of the different states altogether. Then finally, at a later stage, then we'd like to come and meet each and every political leader here, to convey, to bring back all of us on one single platform to safeguard the interests of South as one single block, which we want South India to play a major role in Indian politics, not as a Tamil Nadu, not as Andhra Pradesh, not as Telangana, but as one single South unit, one single South block. Otherwise, we would be losing a lot in the bargain.
So, sir, here, on your left.
Yeah, hi.
I'm Lavanya from News 7. My question is to you is, are you about to meet the political leaders today or in a due course? Or as well as Chandrababu Naidu has already met Stalin and he already met Mamta. So what would be your role in that?
It is not about, right now in due course we will be meeting, but not today. Today is, I don't know why it came that I will be meeting today, but today is more, I would like to convey myself, would like to understand, I want to make others understand what our party is. But in course of time, in due course, we will be meeting each and every year as the elections come more closer.
Hi, Pawan.
Because, so let us look at Mr. CBN as a stunt force. He is at the verge of his retirement. Sorry. No, he's at the verge of his retirement. His son, though he never got elected, he didn't contest for Panchayat elections. He heads the Panchayat Raj Ministry. And he's a nominated candidate, so even in that case, it's hopeless for TDP. The future of AP will be happen only through JanaSena Party, so all the leaders, that's what the reason I would like to convey. No, not necessarily, because we have to be a collective force. Not that not about one individual or one state should spearhead. It's not about one individual. It is about all of us put together to safeguard the interests of the South. Because who understands Jallikattu? One who is born and brought up here. They understand. As we being the Dravid culture, we understand so many things. And India is unity and diversity. We're killing that diversity. And we have to understand the cultural aspect of each and every state. And as being a part of one whole Dravid region, we understand more. And I think that should be the essential fiber which should connect all of us. Sure, I'll get back to you. Maybe the similar question will be asked by someone else, so I'll give the answer.
Hi, Pawan.
I'll give you 100%. I'll give you.
Hi, Pawan. This is Ram from NewsX here on your.
Sorry.
Hi. So, welcome to Chennai. I have two questions. What we could understand from your speech that the dominance of the national political parties into the rights of the southern part. Are you insisting a separate nation, compromising the southern state? And already there are parties, the prominent party DMK, welcome to that move. So what is your...
To have a separate country?
Yeah.
Hello.
Dravida Nadu, yeah, basically.
Dravid Nadu is an emotional concept, if you look at it. For me, it is, I want the India to be, one aspect who respects the diversity of our country. Never ignore that part. And last 2 decades, I think that has been neglected quite a lot. So I think somewhere it has to be stalled it. And we should have to make sure that North Indian political leadership has to understand our sensitivity and our cultural understanding. They have to go through understand our deep cultural, or they have to understand our culture.
Yeah. The next question, we could see, many film stars are emerging in the recent times. In Tamil Nadu, even Rajinikanth and Kamal Haasan. Any chances of joining with them in the future?
See, when I started a political party, fundamentally I was never an actor. I happened to be pushed to be an actor. Fundamentally, always I wanted to work for people or some social issues, though I never knew one day it was going to turn into a political party. But as an actor, it's very easy to convey a story, to convey an issue, to solve an issue in 2.5 hours, a screenplay on screen. But in reality, you have to wait for you have to wait for an issue even for 2 decades. So it's going to take a lot of time. So any actor who comes into politics should have a great tenacity and a lot of patience, loads of patience, tons of patience is needed. And if someone has that, I think definitely they will succeed and they will go ahead. ஒரு நிமிஷம் நான் திருப்பி வரேன். நீங்க சொல்லுங்க. கண்டிப்பா அந்த பேச்சு கன்வின்ஸ் பண்ண முடியாது. இது only but only through, you have to, you cannot make people trust through your words. It's only through actions, if you notice that. And I came into politics. On the time, so Mr. Chiranjeevi had a problem is about the people who were surrounded around him. They never had the conviction. But people whom I'm with, in generally, I'm a man of strong convictions, and no matter what. In fact, as you said, BJP, I think someone said regarding BJP. And they did ask me to merge JanaSena in the very first 2014 itself. The moment we finished election, they asked us, one of the leaders had asked me in 2014 to merge the BJP, and which I said, if that is the case, then there is a need for me to start a party. So this is what I exactly answered, and I'll take now a question, ask you a question. Will I rally with BJP? In fact, I rallied with BJP in 2014. I expected a lot of good stuff from there, a lot of accountability, a lot of responsibility for people's issues. I'm quite disappointed with BJP. And everyone had elected Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi with a lot of conviction and a lot of admiration for him. Somehow, it was not really, maybe it didn't go up to the expected, what people had expected. And that is quite a disappointment for all of us. It's not out of 10, it's not some mathematics test or something to count. I'm not good at mathematics, but what I can tell you is they could not fulfill the promise. What they had, they could have said it, even if they could not fulfill what they had promised, at least they could be accountable, at least could have been a responsible manner to say that we could not do it. We could not do what we had promised. So at this juncture, even the other day in AP also I was addressing some meetings, so they were asking me, some Muslim community was asking me, I said, what are you BJP or not? So BJP is never a friend of mine, or not even I had went against my own brother to support TDP and BJP, who was in Congress. So for me, Mr. Narendra Modi is not my brother or someone when I go against my own brother, definitely I don't mind going against him. But right now, to see it technically, even if I say right as of today, I said I won't go with BJP. Even if I say it, a lot of people might not believe, but what the reason is, they had a greater chance till 2015 to become a formidable force in AP, but somehow they had lost the opportunity. Now, anyone who joins with BJP in Andhra Pradesh, it's a harakiri. So So technically your answer is no.
Sir, this is Shrestha from India Ahead News.
Yes, ma'am.
I just want to know your take on Mahagathbandhan and if you support the alliance.
Mahagathbandhan, because there's so many Mahagathbandhans. Which you're talking about?
The
South Indian, Mr. CBN's Mahagathbandhan?
Yes.
So the other partners would be Pan-Indian.
Pan-Indian.
So you have to understand Mr. CBN is a great man. I'm laughing. It's a hyperbole thing. No, let me say so. No, let me say it. Mr. CBN, I'm quite worried about him. He doesn't know when he'll become your friend and when he'll become your foe. So it's quite dangerous to align with him and to support him. So all the partners who are going, and one day he's going to Dublin. So it will be very dangerous for this to travel with CBN, because I didn't expect anything from him other than the well-being of the state. And because of JanaSena, they could form the government. And they could become CM if he could ignore us. And we are not asking what we are asking. I didn't even ask for a post. I didn't even ask for anything. I asked him for reasonable governance, not even great governance, a reasonable governance, a little less corrupted governance, which they could not deliver. So this Mahagathbandhan today, man, for 3 decades they fought with Congress, for 3 decades. And at the grassroots level, people killed each other, people fought with each other, and people demolished and damaged each other. And today, what happened at the top level will not percolate down at the grassroots level. So that Mahagathbandhan is, it's going to be a failure. So what we see is, we need a third force coming up. 2019 would be the first year which will, the formation of third force will emerge. That would be the platform which we are trying to create. Yeah, let me take this one. But I prefer to be away from both the national parties, sir. Both from BJP and from our Andhra Pradesh perspective, what we had gone through and what they had done for Tamil Nadu also, I personally... I'm sorry? Neutrality. We want to create an equidistance. Yeah. In which way? In which way it would be? No, when I'm making equidistance for both, because in AP it is going to be a triangular contest in AP. So in which way it would help the support? Which way it would help? I didn't understand your question. Okay. Yeah. BJP is losing ground. BJP is losing ground. It had lost in Andhra Pradesh. National also it would be losing ground. Thank you. Yes, sir.
నిలదీయడానికి
Yeah.
ప్రశ్నించే ధైర్యం ఉన్న వాళ్ళకి సమాధానం చెప్పే ధైర్యం కూడా ఉంటుందని నేనైతే నమ్ముతున్నాను. ఆ నమ్మకంతోనే మిమ్మల్ని ఒకటి అడుగుతున్నాను. వైసీపీతో పొత్తు కోసం మీరు ప్రయత్నించారని ప్రత్యర్థులు చెప్తున్నారు. పవన్ కళ్యాణ్ జగన్మోహన్ రెడ్డి గారిని భేటీ అయ్యారు కూడా మీ ప్రత్యర్థులే ఆరోపిస్తున్నారు. అది వాస్తవమా కాదా?
దీనికి లైట్ డిటెక్ట్ టెస్ట్ పెడదాం.
అంటే దీనికి లైట్ డిటెక్ట్ అవసరం లేదు సార్. అంటే ఖచ్చితంగా ధైర్యం ఉంది.
This is what I'm tired of the people being taken for granted. I don't want to do that. Unlike other political parties, have something behind and say something else in the front. I don't like it. So, frankly to speak, we never had understanding with YCP. In fact, I was the one who was quite vehemently criticizing YCP. So which way will align with them? In which way will join with them? Never happened. It is a figment of TDP leaders' imagination.
సార్ 2019లో మీరు ఒంటరిగా వెళ్తారా, ఎవరైనా అలయన్స్ తో వెళ్తారా?
No, we are going independently. We are going independently.
No, thank you.
Sir. No, No, I'll tell you, because when I'm saying South... No, it is. Let me, yeah, I understood. But let me tell you, it is of the interest of the country I'm saying. It is not to segregate the country, to keep the integrity of the country intact. It's not about to segregate the country. See, in Telangana, what we had faced for 10 years, a decade long, we treated as second-grade citizens for no fault of ours. It is a political class who did mistakes, but it is the people who had paid the price. And all the political classes, they're equal, they're together. But here, leadership does not consist of needs and requirements of South. The cultural understanding South is missing from the North Indian leadership. Every time you want us to do something, to run all the way to Delhi, it's going to be a difficult process. Unless they are more understanding to or they have to bring a capital here, like Jammu and Kashmir, they have some capital, winter capital. I think central government should ponder, should think that they have to bring a capital here to South India also, which is needed, which is not by me, it is envisioned by me, Baba Saheb Ambedkar. I think it's at high time to keep the country intact and to keep the integrity intact. I think it is needed. No, sir. Whatever the common, let us go for what do you call it, voting. That part I prefer not to say it right now, because if whatever happens, whatever the all the South Indians decide, it's away the collective. That's what it will be. Not about. See, it is about, I think maybe everyone looks at the Purachitalu, MGR positive, like, we cannot take him as a role model. So what Sri MGR had done before entering into films was, it will never be talked about, it will never be noticed. And all of us should understand, Sri MGR is an example, it's a very tough example to follow. So if anyone wants, mere becoming an actor cannot be a stepping stone for Chief Minister post. And you have to work your way out. And no matter, you might be a superstar, including myself, maybe I might be popular at a certain area, and that does not necessarily mean that it translates into a political key positioning. So you have to work your way out, no matter whoever they are. That's what we believe. And that's what I stand for.
What is your opinion about Dravidian? Do you think that Dravidian is the only link which will link the southern states?
At least language-wise, cultural-wise, we share the same common roots. It is not about, because the problem is, if you look at Telangana, there's a dialect difference. If you create a lot of disharmony amongst the state in two regions, a sub-regional issue, can you imagine if you ignore it today, as if it is not existing? And everyone in India feels somewhere, every South Indian feels that we've been neglected. We're not given our due share. I think if we don't address this, if no one corrects it, no one talks about it, we're ignoring an issue, it is a problem. If it will turn it into crisis. And if it is crisis, then it will be a disaster, I think, which is not right for all of us. It is better be open about it and let's talk about it and let us correct the issue. That's all my contention is. What's that? Definitely South India should have a greater say in the development of India. Not just a bunch of UP MPs, not necessarily. South India should have a better say in Indian politics, which is missing today. Do you think what I'm speaking to, do you feel that way? Because here I'm speaking for the people, sir. Nothing to do. No party can buy me. No party can influence me. Not even a single leader can influence me. It is my heart. And it is people who influence me, sir. Sir?
Are you rallying on the basis of your Kapu vote bank share, which happens to be the largest vote population?
No. I don't believe caste. One of my fundamental principles of my party is caste unification, not caste segregation. Though I belong to partly backward caste and partly forward caste, I never believed in that. So I never believe in a caste, because that's the problem here. Each political party the reason why I didn't contest, to make sure it is easy to perform an action than saying it in words. That's the reason, to caste unification. That's what I did in 2014, and I never believe in caste politics.
But your brother had used the...
Yeah, let me take that question. Telangana election there. See, I have a dilemma there, because I have a greater following, very great following in Telangana, and in fact we gained around 18% vote in Telangana in 2009, and still we have a great support. My contemplation is all about, they wanted a separate statehood, for self-respect at this juncture. So that has to subside, they have to inculcate that kind of confidence in them that none is going to shatter their statehood, the self-represented statehood. So 2019 I was supposed to contest along with Andhra Pradesh. I was about to contest between 19 to 23 seats in assembly seats in Telangana. But as they preponed the elections, as we are not prepared, we are prepared only to 2019 May, not for 2018 December. So for that reason we opted out not to contest. And we will be contesting for parliamentary segments. That part we will, because I'm going to, my team members or my party leaders are talking about it, and because this time shall we leave it to their conscience or shall we get into it? Still we are assessing the situation.
That's a criticism.
You know, sir? Sir, because it would be unfair, because I don't know later full of major clarity. But one thing I can pick up from Pollachi or the part of thing from youth is, they wanted our government, our state government, to keep up the Siyam Maryada and so on. Siyam Maryada.
Self-respect.
Suya Maryada. And the Suya Maryada is needed for us. That's what I said, our government is not doing, and because they don't want our state leadership to surrender to center. This is what the Tamil Nadu youth whom I had met in Pollachi, that's what their expression was. I think our leaders should be like that.
There is a criticism on the idea of propagating Dravida Nadu kind of things, because in these times people are ready to retain their identities. The best example is Jallikattu movement. So you think, can you sell the same idea again from...
No, you have to understand, all over the world, the identity politics are on rise. Even for example, Brexit. In 2011 or somewhere in 2009, I was in Spain, Catalonia, Barcelona, when a group of people said, one of our drivers said, one day we're going to, a lot of 1 million people will come out on the roads and we'll declare ourselves as an independent country. And which eventually happened in a course of 4 to 5 years. So let us not ignore the cultural identity and these identity movements. Let us not ignore it. When you look at an identity movement, there must be some problem. It will boil down to economic prosperity and employment generation. These would be the issues. So for me, it is not about Tamil Nadu as a country. For me, the culture of Dravida culture should be protected. It is not about announcing it as a separate country. For me, the culture of Dravida should be protected, which is very essential. This is a part of India. This is a part of Bharat. So we should not ignore it, and which has been getting ignored.
Could you just elaborate on the saying that you have to bring smaller parties? Would you be able to elaborate as to...
I personally feel...
I'm trying, have you identified some of the smaller parties which share a kind of same agenda, what you are thinking?
So today...
The second part is, you said you are started meeting people. The press is one, and whom are all you meeting as you go to all the...
In due course, not today, because once we finish all our meetings in other states, when we approach, then slowly would like to meet, because today I'm initiating, I'm executing, I'm delivering an idea, whoever gets attracted to it, and who understands, who aligns with that, and slowly we'll talk about it, we'll explore the intricacies of it, and then accordingly we'll go. So it's a very quite organic, so it's not overnight it's going to build consensus. Slowly we'll understand each other, and that's what the purpose is. No, when I'm talking about it, it's not about 2019 elections alone, sir. It's not about 2019 elections. In a lot of years to come, we have to work together. It's not just about one election. It's not about one election. A lot of like-minded people will eventually come. Sir, நீங்க கேமரா வச்சுட்டு பேசுறீங்க எனக்கு தெரியல. கொஞ்சம் தாராளமா சொல்லணும். எப்படி சொல்லணும்? பெருசா can you say it loudly?
அதாவது வருகின்ற தேர்தலில் நீங்க உங்களோட ஜனசக்தி பார்ட்டி சார்பா ஏதாவது வேட்பாளர் நிறுத்தி வைக்க போறீங்களா, இல்ல மொத்தமா டோட்டல் டீம் இறக்கி மொத்தம் எல்லா டிஸ்ட்ரிக்ட்லயும், தட் மீன்ஸ் எல்லா அசம்பிளி சீட்ஸ்லயும் நிக்க வச்சு போட்டியிட போறீங்களா சார்?
In AP?
Yes sir.
Yes sir, we will go and contest in all the places.
Okay sir, அதோட எங்களை வாழ்த்து தெரிவிச்சுக்கிறேன் சார் முதல்ல.
Thank you. Sir? On Tamil Nadu politics, what is my opinion? See, what I would suggest is, what I would like to share, it's very difficult to figure, they are quite seniors to me, they're quite... sorry.
Hello?
No, there are two different questions, sir. He's saying something else. Non-theoretical. It is, if it is needed, definitely I will do it. But அது தேவைப்பட்டு கண்டிப்பா பண்ண முடியும். But when it is not needed, it is more for an ideological connection than because there are enough political groups are here, enough political kachis are here, and there's no need to come and because here my intention is not to promote myself, but I want to promote the harmony of the combined, the collective benefit of the southern part. That's what I'm looking at. நீங்க சொல்லுங்க சார். I think ஒரு நிமிஷம் சார்.
அன்டிவைடட் சென்னை ப்ரொவின்ஸ்ல திராவிடத்தை பத்தி ரொம்ப அதிகமான இயக்கம் பிரபலம் அடைஞ்சு இன்னைக்கு தமிழ்நாட்டில் திராவிட கல்ச்சர் தான் இருக்கு, திராவிட கட்சிகள் தான் இருக்கு. ஆனா ஆந்திராவிலேயோ கேரளாவிலேயோ கர்நாடகாவிலேயோ அந்த மாதிரி தாக்கம் வரல. அந்த மாதிரி தாக்கத்தை நீங்க ஆந்திராவில் மற்ற ஸ்டேட்ல கொண்டாடுவீங்களா?
Regional diversity வேணும். I mean regional diversity you have respect, sir. At the same time regional identity, இது நம்ம நாடு, நம்ம கல்ச்சர். Andhra culture is a part of Dravidian culture. அதுக்கு செப்பரேட்டா தனியா திராவிடன் பேர் வைக்க தேவையில்லை. But cultural identity is enough. That's what
ஐடென்டிட்டி திராவிடம். இது தமிழ்நாட்டில் திராவிடன் பேரை வச்சு அதையே முன்னெடுத்துட்டு போறாங்க. ஏன் நீங்க அந்த மாதிரி மற்ற ஸ்டேட்ல கொண்டு போக? ஏன்னா இந்த தமிழ்நாட்டில் அந்த மற்ற தமிழ் இயக்கங்கள் கேக்குது, மற்ற ஸ்டேட்ல அந்த மாதிரி கிடையாது. இந்த ஸ்டேட்ல மட்டும் ஏன் அந்த மாதிரி திராவிடம் பேர் வச்சு தமிழ் என்ற அந்த பேரை நீங்க ரெண்டாவது தரமா கொண்டாடுறீங்க அப்படின்னு சொல்றாங்க. கேரளாவிலயோ ஆந்திராவிலயோ இல்ல தெலுங்கானாவிலயோ கேரளா மாதிரி ஒரு
here it has become இங்க ஒரு கட்சி மூவ்மெண்ட் ஆச்சு சார். இங்க ஒரு பொலிட்டிக்கல் மூவ்மெண்ட் ஆச்சு. For me it is a social movement. It is a social கட்சி. Social movement has become a political movement, right? நமக்கு என்னன்னா each other language, பேச்சு, writing, culture, everything is a part of Dravid culture. So that's how we look at it. And eventually, whichever name you call it as long as we promote our culture and keep our cultural in an integrated manner, I think that's more than enough. That's what we believe in. I'll come back, sir. I'll come back. Sir? Sincerely, we do agree. What did you say? Second step level treatment is that, without doubt, yeah. Always the movement should be at the grassroots level first. Then as it increases, then we can take it to the parliamentary level. If you don't have a consensus here itself, if you don't speak on the same platform, if you don't speak the same line and length, how are we going to communicate later to the parliament? But, yeah. No, it's for me it is about South India should have a bigger say. South India should have quite a prominence. It is not about few North Indian Uttar Pradesh parliamentarians should go for it. They have a bigger say, they have a greater call for the segregation of the state. So, for example, AP segregation, AP bifurcation, so we never had a say. It is about the North Indian political class which had divided, and people were begging and people were demanding for their attention, which they could not get it. And at this juncture, the same scenario happens. For tomorrow, some issue for Tamil Nadu happens. If one Tamil Nadu, near a Tamil Nadu state is creating a forward, instead of that supporting, you might need a solidarity of Andhra Pradesh, you might need a solidarity of Telangana, you might need a solidarity of Karnataka. So in that sense, I'm saying it is slowly. Today we are putting a seed here, and one day it will become a sapling. It will become plant. One day it will bear its fruit. It is more to guard the interests of people, nothing else. There is nothing. We are not anti-nation. It's not something. It's about guarding the interests, and we've been neglected. We've been humiliated, and something we want to tell them. We want to shout loud to the nation that don't ignore us. Look at us. Understand our pain. Don't look at mere our leaders. Mere handling a handful of MPs, you are not able to. You cannot control South India. You cannot understand South India. You understand the people, like Gandhiji had travelled, like everyone, all the nationalists had travelled. You have to understand South India. That's what my appeal from this stage is.
Sir, second question on that.
I'll take 3-4 questions also. Yeah.
Sir, you told that.
Let me say. Thought this one, no, thought this one. They said definitely when there is a corruption, rampant corruption, how could you keep quiet? You have to make sure that it will be sent behind bars, and you cannot ignore it. And when I'm saying it's a figurative speech, it's a figurative speech, and it is when situation comes, but definitely you have to be that harsh when a situation.
So you continuously saying that.
Telangana. See, when Telangana is quite a sensitive issue. With a greater fight, decade fight, TRS had formed the government. And everyone rallied behind them. So that mandate has to be respected in 2014. And even today, I'm not pro of any party. What is the best call I can take to safeguard the interests of Telangana youth and Andhra people who settle there. So whatever my call should be, it should be able to give them a better comfort, better confidence to be there, not to make them vulnerable. Vulnerability leni paristhitulo ela cheddam ane dani meeda undu. That's the reason why I kept myself away.
Sir, you were continuous.
నాకు ఇప్పుడు దాకా నేను చెప్పాను కదా, నేను కంటెస్ట్ చేయట్లేదు. సో ఇన్ విచ్ వే ఐమ్ గోయింగ్ టు సపోర్ట్, దట్స్ వాట్ ఇస్. అంటే వాళ్ళందరూ వచ్చి నన్ను అడుగుతుంటారు అప్పుడప్పుడు వచ్చి. ఈవెన్ హైదరాబాద్లో కూడా వచ్చి అడుగుతా ఉన్నాను, హైదరాబాద్ విజయవాడలో కూడా వచ్చి అడుగుతా ఉంటాను. I told them to leave it to your conscience, but they said, you tell us. So that's what the situation is as on today. Kachtangan. చేయాల్సిన బాధ్యత ఉంది కానీ బట్ తెలంగాణ ఈజ్ ఏ యూనిక్ సిచ్యువేషన్. నేను చెప్పింది అది రప్చర్ కాకుండా అందువల్ల కొంచెం నేను ఆచితూచి అడుగులేస్తాను. థ్యాంక్ యూ.
Sir, you were continuously saying that the center has a stepsister concern towards the southern states. So do you think that the leaders of the recent times lost their hold to take a stake on the southern states? They have lost their... You have been continuously telling that the center has stepsister concern towards the southern states. To change that attitude, the leaders of the recent times failed to take a hold on the southern states. So because we have lots of MPs in the southern states, but the center continuously neglecting the south means it's...
I feel...
The leaders fail.
Understood. I feel South should have more moral leadership. They could not, for example, Mr. Y.S. Jagan is there. Why he could not fight for a special category status is normally the moment he raises his voice, maybe they'll put his case sheet, case sheet. So he'll keep quiet. So what we need in South India is, you need a greater moral leadership like Anadrai, Rajaji, someone who is not scared of anyone, apart from the thought they believe in, apart from the ideology they believe in. You should fight for the fundamental rights of people, so you should not be scared of anything. As long as the business interested people go into parliament, that would be definitely create a situation. It's very easy to maneuver them, or it is very easy to scare them, so I think we have to avoid that part. I'm sorry? No, you have to take a more moral high ground. I'm not saying that not well enough. I'm saying you have to take a lot more moral high ground than what it is.
Sir, it's very good that you are a leader of the national vision. As a leader of a political party, what do you think is the major challenge in the 2019 election?
So major challenge is going to be to sustain. You're talking about as a party, as an individual, or are you talking about as the head of the party, or what do you want? To keep up to make sure people align with the thought what we have, and to create the trust in us, and at the same time to make sure that we stay online without getting deviated from our thought, no matter what. Whatever hurdles we go through, whatever tough times we go through, we would like to maintain that political stand would be the toughest choice. Yeah, 2019 LM, that's what I'm saying. That's what my answer is. What do you want? I mean, you expect me, you have one more answer in your mind, sir. You're talking about the state? 2019, I'm projecting myself the Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh, sir. And if I become Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh, I'll make sure that South India will play a dominant role in Indian politics, sir. We will make sure we will safeguard the interests of South Indian and Dravid interests, sir. Thank you, sir. Jai Hind, sir.